My name is Mike Luciano, and I got a very special guest today, Buffalo Bills safety, former Pitt star, Damar Hamlin. He is here. Damar, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Thanks for having me, Brody.
Now, you are on a bit of a journey with Invisalign. Is that correct?
Yes, indeed. I can't wait to talk to you all about it.
All right. So, before that, though, I want to just, because you're a football guy, let's talk some ball. Why not? So, the Buffalo Bills, unless you've been kind of living under a rock, you guys have gone through some change this year. There's been some guys who have left. There's been some pretty wholesale moves that have been made, but you guys are still projected to be one of the top teams in the AFC. What are you seeing right now in camp that gives you confidence that you guys are still going to be one of the better teams in the AFC, even with losing guys like Stephon Diggs and some of your defensive guys on that side of the ball?
Man, we've been working hard, and the biggest thing I can say is, even after all the hard work and the grunt work of camp, I'm going into this season smiling ear to ear, thanks to Invisalign Alliance.
Nice. So, unfortunately, though, last year, as it's been the last couple of years with you guys, that you guys are going good, and then Kansas City comes up in the postseason. So, with Kansas City having knocked you out last year, do you take any lessons from that game in particular where you're like, all right, we can't have this happen again. Now we're going to stamp that out, and now we got a championship team on our hands.
I've had a lot of life lessons over the past few years. You always there's a life lesson every day with the game of football. And, that's the best thing about football is it's a life teacher. It's a life coach. You learn so much through the game of football. My brother, he's 9 years old. He's I got to go home and see him play on Saturday, and just to be able to see him develop into the person that he is and who he's becoming through learning life lessons of hard work, dedication, perseverance, getting back up after you get knocked down is a beautiful sight to see. Just seeing him grow up, 17 years older than him. But getting to see him grow up and figure out his journey of life and learn life lessons through sports is just getting to watch myself grow up all over again.
I could sympathize with someone with a younger brother who's turning 9 in December. So
You
I'm
got a
right
younger
with you.
brother turning 9?
Oh yeah, and he watches Stack in the Box too. So
That's what's up,
he's
man. Tell him what's his name.
his name's Dominic, and he's
Shout
starting
out to
football
Dominic.
soon.
Shout out
Yep,
to Dominic Luciano. That's how you say it.
nice man. I'll send him that. He's gonna love
Shout
that.
out to
But
Dominic Luciano.
nice. You talk about life lessons too, and obviously a coach can be a really good distributor of these lessons. And I think you guys got a good one in Sean McDermott. To put on your salesman hat for a little bit here, if you were talking to a couple free agents. What would be your pitch to say, hey man, come play for Sean McDermott? It's great here because A, B, and C.
Man, Coach McDermott is one of my favorite coaches ever. And he gives us direction. He gives us straightforward, man to man talks. And like he teaches us the game and beyond the game, he gives us life lessons daily. I'm always taking notes whenever he's talking. He's been around some great players, and he's one of the best coaches that I can say I've been around. So I'm truly grateful and truly thankful to be able to be a part of his team.
And one of the longest tenured coaches now. He's been there since 2017. It looks like things are still going strong in Buffalo. One area where I do not envy you, though, is you have to practice against Josh Allen all the time. And as a defensive back, trying to stop that big guy when he gets moving, I can imagine is probably not ideal. So, what's it like going against Josh Allen, a guy who there really aren't a ton of guys who can throw like him, move like him, and almost kind of play with eyes in the back of his head where it looks like he's getting sacked and then he wiggles out of it and throws the ball. What's it like just day to day going against that?
Very fun. Josh is one of my closest friends. I love him. He's a jokester. Man, he's a magician out there on the field. He does some stuff that not everybody's capable of doing. One in a lifetime talent, and he's there to support me always on my journey, and I love them.
Now, going up this year, though, you've played against some pretty good quarterbacks in your career. Obviously, you were supposed to play against Aaron Rodgers a little bit last year, and we all know what happened. You didn't really get much of a chance because his Achilles went down. If he's healthy this year, though, what are you most looking forward to about that matchup with Rodgers? Because defensive backs like you probably are eyeing the elite guys like, man, I gotta get a pick off him, or I gotta get maybe a sack on him if I blitz.
I think something I'm most looking forward to about this entire season um, is the journey. You know, the journey of the day-to-day process, and that's one thing that I've always been focused on is my day-to-day process. You know, if we're able to master our daily approach and take things one day at a time and just show up and make sure you check all the boxes off of that day, and win the process one day at a time. I think that's how you get the results out of any process that you want. So no matter what the process is, if you just take it one day at a time, slow things down, and just win the day, and just focus on winning the day, I think that's how you get results.
Talking with Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin, who before he was a Bills safety was a star at Pitt. And really quick, Damar, as we thank you for joining us here on Stacking the Box. I want to get your thoughts on your old college team. Of course, Pat Narduzzi still there at Pitt. Last year, a little bit down for you guys, 3-9 after a bunch of win seasons in a row, though. So you feeling a comeback though? Seems like they got a lot of good young guys this year.
Uh, yeah, man, I'm always be a big advocate for my alma mater. I'm held a Pitt until I go. So, we're off to a good start, 1-0 start, man. Gotta take it one day at a time, just like I said. And, clearly they're off to a good start on that.
Thank you for Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin for joining us here in partnership with Invisalign, which I know that Damar is very excited about.
Yes, indeed, man. Invisalign is the number one trusted clear aligner brand. And, not only that, but, it goes beyond that it plays into the confidence that you need on and off the field. And, that's most important. And the flexibility of it, truly like guided me into it because I was able to take my aligners out, enjoy a meal, take my aligners out, go to practice, maybe a few times where I kept them in for practice as well, and I had no issues at all, which was a testament to the product. And through the partnership, I got to highlight some products of my clothing brand, which were super dope, which I have on right now. This is my "Love Me Before They All Do" jacket. I
Ooh,
have this coming
nice.
out. Yeah, I have this coming on in a few colors this fall. So, it's a great partnership, man, and I'm super thankful and grateful for the opportunity.
If you're into fall fashion, man, get ahead of it right now. Damar's showing you all the secrets because that's what everybody's gonna have on, man. So thank you, Damar, for joining us, and thank you for tuning in to Stacking the Box, guys.